Hey guys, this is Kurt Henninger, and in the video here today, I'm going to talk about how to build a relationship with people and with leads that you generate from your web page, and the exact process that you can go through to go ahead and do that. I'm going to tell you a quick story here first about my experience with this. And when I first got started in network marketing, I found out about how to generate leads online. I was really excited about it, and I talked to my upline about it and told them, hey, people, I found out about this way to go ahead and generate leads online. And their response was absolutely negative. And they said, there's no way to build relationships with people online. You're just wasting your time and money. You need to do it, how I told you how to do it. And I was pretty surprised and pretty shocked at first that they'd have that reaction. But then I thought about, about where they were coming from. They had been in the industry for over 30 years, and they, from the very get-go, they had been taught, and in turn they had taught people to make a list of 100 friends and family and to call them up and to pitch either the business opportunity or the products to them. And that's how they had taught. That's how they had been successful and very, very successful. So that's what they taught. That's what they taught in their organization. And I mean, if you think about it, when they started doing network marketing, tape players weren't even out then at that point. So with that in mind, and they were speaking from a place of not knowing how the whole thing works. And I'm going to go over the process and the concepts behind it here real quick. So how it works is when people go to your website, whether it is one that you've created like I did here, or you decided to get a prepackaged website, and people decide and fill out that information on that web page, they are followed up with a series of email messages. And I'm going to show you here my email messages here. And this is and they're followed up by something known as an email autoresponder service. This is the one I use, which is Aweber. And you can see right here, I have 25 messages that I've written for this particular autoresponder series. And how it works exactly is when when somebody goes onto this web page and they decide, yep, I want this kind of information, they fill out the form here, and this is exactly what happens. Immediately, they are sent message number one. You see it says interval 0, and then every day they are sent an email message, a follow-up email message that I've written. So on day 1, day 2, day 3, day 4, day 5, and then on down the line, and I vary the interval a little bit after that. And that is how you follow up with leads online. Now, you're probably thinking like, oh my gosh, great. I'm going to have to write a bunch of email messages just to get started, and you don't, okay? Anytime, if you decide, what I recommend to people is if you decide to get a prepackaged version of, the website, the one that I wrote about in the first message, it comes with autoresponder messages already built in. You can see, message number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It comes as part of that package. And this is what I recommend, and this is how I recommend people get started off. Because if you start off right off the bat worrying about having to write email messages and writing them in an attractive way to um, build an attraction towards you and your business, you're just going to become bogged down, and it becomes far, far too complicated. So I recommend that people go ahead and get one of those packages that I talked about before, and it takes care of all that. It has a website with it, has autoresponder messages already built in. Now, don't get me wrong, this is where you want to be at eventually. If you when you get to a point where you're seriously looking at, generating um, 2, 3, 4, 5,000, 10,000, over $10,000 a month, you're going to need your own autoresponder series, and you're going to need to write your own. Okay, but this is the end state, and this is not where I recommend people start off with. And I didn't write these all at once. I wrote these over time, and to be honest with you, I tweak them all the time too to make them better and better and better. But this is not where you want to start off with. Um, but that's the sequence, and that is the mechanics behind how you follow up with people. And The relationship is built by sending things and sending information of value to people over time. Again, I have 25 messages I've built up. So I give people valuable information, and what that does is that generates, people appreciate the kind of good information that you're going to send them. And the best, how I learned about this actually was, hopefully you got the series of videos from my friend Mike that introduced the whole idea behind attraction marketing, and that really gets into the psychology behind how to generate an attraction for you towards you and your business, and how to generate attractive messages, um, and write kind of attractive messages to people. So I hope you went ahead and got that free video series. But that's how it works, and that's how you follow up with people online, and it works like a charm. Once you have this set up, whether you write your own or you use a prepackaged version of it, you don't have to do a thing. I don't when a lead comes into your system, you don't have to do a thing once this is set up. Or if you get a prepackaged version, you don't have to do a thing. It takes care of it automatically 24/7, so you can focus on other things like building your business actually. So again, that's how online multi-level marketing, how the relationship is starting to be built. Hope you got something out of this. And in the next video, I'm actually going to get into the nitty-gritty of how you get people to your website, and go over some really, really powerful free techniques of generating, getting people to your lead capture page. And again, well, I'll see you the next time. See you in the next video and the next training. Again, this is Kurt Henninger. Have a good day.